Hello, I'm Ed Rabyd, otherwise known as the Rabyd Atheist, a former pastor turned atheist, now a compassionate anti-theist. Welcome to my channel. You're free to like or dislike the video, so please feel free to hit those buttons. Feel free to comment below, and I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel and hit your notification bell for more content as it is released. You're also free to share my videos as much as you like. Today is March 18th, 2020. Probably not significant to most people other than the day after St. Patrick's Day, but to me it's significant because it marks my 51st trip around the sun on this little rock we call Earth. And so, I've got some random thoughts on my birthday. I don't really have a full video today. I've decided to kind of just go forward with some of my thoughts about the day. According to my mother, I interrupted lunch. And so that's kind of cool, I suppose. I messed up with the doctor's lunchtime, and I guess I don't really feel bad about that. I don't remember any parts of my early upbringing. People ask me, what's your earliest childhood memories? And I have a very vivid recollection of my house in a small town that I used to live in, and coming around and playing around that house, and my parents having a garden and a few other things, and I would run around and do little boy things. So then we moved to the town I currently live in, and bought the house there, and I have a lot of vivid memories of that place. It's very close to home. I'm glad that another family member, my daughter, owns it now, along with her husband, and it's staying in the family, and it's continuing to be a family home. So that's it's a very cool moment when you start to see some of your legacy unfold. Probably my other significant factor of turning 51 is I've now outlived my father, who made it to 50 and who was a few months shy of 51 when he died. So I'm now past that, and maybe my mother will stop telling me how Dad died at age 50 all the time. So I'm kind of glad for that. I can now say, yeah, I outlived Dad. I'm doing better. I don't know. As I go into this 51st year, going actually into the 52nd year, finishing up the 51st, I guess not being a person of faith anymore has kind of made me appreciate birthdays just a little bit more. I don't necessarily hate them. I don't necessarily like them. But they become kind of a milestone for me now, I guess. The last two have been that way. I don't feel like I've gotten old. I've gotten older, but I don't think I feel old. My wife was teasing me, and a bunch of other people tease you when you get to a certain age and how old you're getting on. But, if it wasn't for the coronavirus and my gym being closed, I'd be in the weight room. Lifting weights and pushing iron and, doing things that most 51-year-olds don't even think about doing. So, I like to, I'm hoping that the weather really turns nice for one of my days off here. So, because I'd love to throw my backpack on and just take a short little walk, get outdoors for a bit. So there's a lot of things going on in my life. I just feel very fortunate, I guess. I mean, I don't know. People ask me what I believe in. Do I believe in anything? I don't. I think all of us have this notion of karma, that somehow you reap what you sow. And I suppose in certain senses, if you plant a lot of seeds of deception with a certain individual, they're going to reap that back to you. But I don't know that people always reap what they sow. I don't always believe that justice gets served anymore. And in a central core way, I guess I'm okay with that. I've learned that the best thing to do is to live your life as happily and as fully as you can. It's the only one you get. And I think a lot of, this is the first birthday I've felt at peace with my lack of faith, if that's a good way to put it. I appreciate my freedom from the bondage that is religion. And I've come to, understand the value of being a free thinker, and I appreciate it very, very much. I think family has become more important to me. Later on, I'll be on my blog writing a post for the Gray Wayfarer. Um, and that post will be about a genetics test I recently had, and it's kind of been a good birthday present for me, which I received a couple days ago. Um, so I kind of know a little bit more about my heritage and where I come from and the migrants policies of where my ancestors kind of got on the boat and where they came from and how they migrated across this part of the U.S. It's kind of humbling, when you stand on the shoulders of giants. I do want to, I had one interesting thing happen in this genetic search. I began to track down some of my ancestors, and my real name is not Rabyd. If you go by my biological name, it's Bowman, but my father was adopted and took on the Rabyd lineage. So when tracing down the Bowman lineage, I found some very interesting people, mostly Germanic. And one caught my attention in particular because he came to the United States as an 8-year-old boy with his parents. And that's not really too remarkable. I mean, he had a lot of children. And out through one of those children, I'm related down through the ages, but he came to the United States just before the Civil War, and it looks like he may have participated in that. I can't really get any good details about people, and that's pretty common for people that lived in an area. There are just so many people, and nobody kept really tremendous records other than the official ones. So there's that. But what interested me about him is I began to research, and I came across where he was buried, and it turns out he's buried right in the town that I live. And this is, I believe, my great-great-grandfather. So going back quite a ways, and it was just interesting to discover that one of my ancestors is buried here, probably maybe a mile from where I'm sitting. And, that's kind of humbling. When you begin to realize how fragile life is and you only get one go around, you begin to take a lot of things much more seriously and much more contemplatively. Here I am on my birthday. I normally don't like social gatherings all that much. I'm very introverted. I don't, even at work, I'm friendly. I like to joke around, but I don't. I guess experience has taught me not to get too close to people. I've had a lot of people burn me over the years, and that's kind of one of the things I've kind of resolved for this next year is to kind of get over that a little bit, to realize that maybe I can take the risk and try to form a few new friendships. But right now I'm still kind of very guarded because I had a couple of close friends kind of turn their back on me. In fact, I had a couple betray me, so I'm not all that keen on friendship. It's just one of those things that I am. But here I am on my birthday thinking, it's kind of a lonely life at times for that. And so maybe I may start shifting that up. I know this is not my normal contact, but it's kind of more of a philosophical thought about how being an atheist makes me look at things in a much different light. I mean, I still find myself and catch myself. It's that deconversion aspect where you've trained your mind to think a certain way according to a certain religion. And I occasionally find myself thinking that way and then realize that I'm thinking nonsense at that point. But then you begin to realize, there's a rational way to look at life and to enjoy it and realize that it's, you really only have your legacy to give. And so that's kind of where my thoughts are today. I don't want to spend too much time with this video because I want to get around to doing a few more things that I enjoy and doing a little less things that I consider in some ways work. But I do enjoy the channel and I do enjoy being with you, but I just had a few random thoughts about some of the things that are going on in my life. And I'm not normally this transparent except in platforms like this. So, just thank you for sticking around for this one. I know this will probably be a little bit shorter, but I appreciate you listening in on a man who's getting older, but enjoying every minute of it. So I thank you once again. And welcome to my channel. Comments have a way of influencing and determining the content on Friday videos, and I will respond to them when I can. If you want to ask me a direct question, you're always welcome to do so. If it's something I have expertise in, I'll try to give you an educated answer. And you can always make suggestions about what you would like to see me do. Videos are all uploaded Monday, Wednesday, and Friday-ish at about 3 o'clock-ish. Sometimes later, sometimes earlier. I don't tolerate name calling in the comments, so just make sure that you're, arguing fairly. Don't call names. If you want to demonstrate somebody's stupid, that's fine. Don't call them stupid. Be sure to like and subscribe and get your notifications. And once again, hopefully I can someday convince you to be a rabid atheist like myself. In the meantime, this is the Rabid Atheist, Ed Rabyd on his birthday, wishing you all well and hoping you have a great day. And with that, I say, have a good day and goodbye.